We look at things from an all hazards perspective. We just don't focus on firefighting anymore. Another thing that the residents can use to prepare is we have a company called Knoxbox. So now that prevents us from breaking your home or prying your doors and reducing, a lot of damage.
That definitely appeals.
We've been awarded 6 Fire Safe Community Awards 6 years in a row.
This is the place to be.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you share a little bit about what you think would be great for homeowners to know to fireproof and make sure that they have safe, secure homes?
Absolutely. So I will tell you this.
Welcome to Charleston, where the culture is endless. Hey everyone, it's Janon German, your concierge realtor, here with another informative and exciting video for you. Today I'm going to be meeting with Shaun Gadsden. He's the fire chief for the Awendaw McClellanville Fire District, and we're going to be talking all things risk, fire, safety, and home ownership.
Good job.
Hey Shaun,
Hey.
Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I wanted to introduce you all to my great friend, Shaun Gadsden. He is the fire chief for the Awendaw McClellanville Fire District. And Shaun and I go way, way back.
Yes.
So far back. I think there's a picture of us in preschool.
That's right,
together.
yes.
So this is a longtime friend, and very glad to have you here to talk to me about real estate and fire safety. So Shaun, I just want to ask you, give me a little bit of your history. I know it, but share with everyone how you got started and what brought you to where you are today.
Well, I'm legacy. My father, he was a fire chief in Mount Pleasant for many years, and he kind of started my path, in the fire service, and here I am today. So just following in Dad's footsteps.
Awesome, awesome. So with that legacy, what is one of the things that made you really want to take on fire as your profession?
To be honest with you, I fought it, early on when we were in high school. I was like, I don't want to be a firefighter. I may want to be an attorney. And then, but I love the fire service. I grew up around the fire station, and I love seeing fire trucks. I love seeing, hearing the sound of the fire trucks coming down the road. I was always fascinated by the gear and things of that nature. So, that kind of, steered me towards, this profession.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So as you know, I'm a local real estate agent here in the area, and my focus is to give my clients and friends as much information as they need to live a well-rounded, balanced life here in Charleston. So one of the reasons I'm introducing you is because you have a wealth of knowledge on fire safety and fireproofing homes and just more about what the safety standards are for homeowners. So can you share a little bit about what you think would be great for homeowners to know to fireproof and make sure that they have safe, secure homes?
Absolutely. So I will tell you this. One of our most important tasks here in our industry is making sure that we have a community safe environment. We want to make sure that our community is safe. Instead of talking about fire prevention once a year, we talk about fire prevention year round now. So we have groups like community risk reduction programs and community risk reduction coordinators that constantly educate the community on fire safe environments, fire safe homes, and also looking at things from an all hazards perspective instead of just focusing on fire, because we respond to so many different calls. We go from house fires to still cats in the trees some days.
That's good to know.
So we want to make sure that the community, knows and understands that we are here to make sure that they live safe.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So specifically, what can a homeowner do to protect their home? Are there any tools or pieces of technology that they can purchase to help?
Absolutely, yes. There's several types of equipment and tools and technology that could be installed in a home. One thing that I will start with are home sprinkler systems. They're now becoming very popular, and especially in this area, we live in a rural environment. And so my department is a very small department that covers a large footprint. So safeguarding your house, such as installing home sprinkler systems and tying it in or tapping into your water source, would be beneficial to the resident, simply because it helps reduce the amount of fire spread if there's a fire ever in your home. So we encourage folks nowadays to really, if you're building a home on a piece of property, or you're working with a developer in a specific community that's up and coming, ask if you can add in home sprinkler systems. And it's really cost effective. And I trust and believe that it will pay for itself in the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, because that's something that is on top of people's minds as they're moving in, new construction homes, or even a existing home. You also mentioned that you serve a large area. Can you tell me a little bit more about the areas that you serve and protect?
Absolutely. So the Awendaw McClellanville Fire Department, we work for Charleston County. We are 100% governed by the Charleston County government. And we cover 365 square miles of the northern part of Charleston County.
That's big.
So yes, it is very big. So our property starts all the way down by 526, and it moves all the way up north.
526 in Mount Pleasant?
526 in Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
Yes, right where the Gerald's Tires is.
I know it well.
Yes,
okay.
that's our area.
Okay.
So we have the name the Awendaw McClellanville Consolidated Fire District simply because we cover not only Awendaw and McClellanville, the towns of Awendaw and McClellanville, but we also cover the other smaller communities as well, like 4 Mile and 7 Mile, 6 Mile, the Phillip community, also Germantown, 10 Mile. All these different communities are our responsibility. The unincorporated parts of Charleston County we cover. And so we currently have 7 stations, 5 of which are up and running 24/7, and we have a total of 34 members in our department, 10 per shift, and our folks work very hard to serve the community, so they're kind of spread out.
That's good to know.
Oh yeah,
it's good to know that you have the team here ready and able to assist wherever needed. What other types of calls do you all assist with besides just fire and cats and
absolutely.
trees?
So yes, so we look at things from an all hazards perspective. We just don't focus on firefighting anymore. We run medical calls. We do electrical calls, electrical hazard calls. We also handle hazardous material calls. And in our unique environment, not only are we in a rural area where we have lots of trees, but we also have the Intercoastal Waterway. So we have marine calls that we respond to.
That I did not know.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We have one of the largest fishing villages, in the East Coast in McClellanville.
Yeah.
Which is still up and running and going. And so, we are prepared to handle any type of call within our district and also in our neighboring districts as well.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So now, what can the community do to prepare for these different types of calls?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So our community, we have long-term residents, which are senior citizens. We have, residents that homeschool their children. So we have a different variety of homeowners and residents here in our community. So some of the things that they can prepare for, say for instance, a medical call. If say your mom lives with you and she's elderly, but you work on a regular basis, perhaps you could safeguard your house or prepare by putting her medical information in a certain location in case something happens. You can install security systems with a medical alarm and a fire alarm. So that way, if something were to happen, God forbid, say she fell, she can push a button and we would respond automatically. And once we get there, and if you're not available to tell us exactly what's wrong with her, at least we will know beforehand where her information is.
Okay.
Another thing that the residents can use to prepare is we have a company called Knoxbox. So Knoxbox, we're familiar with Knoxbox and the Knoxbox company.
I've never heard of
commercial. Yes, because we use it, on the commercial side of our job.
Okay.
And so a Knoxbox, in the commercial sense, it's a metal box that's connected to your building. We have a key, they have a key, or the owner has a key, and they leave essential information within that Knoxbox to tell us exactly how to get in their system, how to get into their business, their contact information, their security, system information, or if they had hazardous material, what type of products they have in their building. Well, so now Knoxbox created a residential Knoxbox where it has a key.
Perfect.
Yes, it has a key inside for your home. We have a key, they have a key. The unique part about Knoxbox is you register that Knoxbox with the county, so your key and our key matches. And so now we can take our Knoxbox key, open your lock, and get all the pertinent information out, or even get a residential key. So now that prevents us from breaking your home or prying your doors and reducing, a lot of damage.
That definitely appeals to a lot of sellers.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants to have an emergency and also have to take care of additional damage as well. So I appreciate you sharing that, because that's something that's new to me too. So thank you. Now, you talk a lot about the community. I know you're a community guy. We've lived here all of our lives, mostly. And so what kind of things does the fire department do to engage with the community around you?
So one important thing that we do, when I first got here, I made sure to let the community know, as well as my employees know, that we are just not the fire department in the community. We are the community. So we are involved in all community events, festivities, even council meetings, town hall meetings, and civic meetings, because we want the people to know that we're here. In addition to that, we have our community risk reduction program, where we go out and we educate the community on being not just fire safe, but being medically safe, reducing all types of hazards in and out of the homes, and making sure that everyone is well aware that we're here to protect them.
That's good.
Also, one other thing is we invite people to come and visit us all the time here at our stations, our headquarters stations, or any one of our 7 stations that are here in the local area.
I appreciate the tour that you gave me earlier. It's a beautiful facility.
Thank you.
And I like all of the high tech and equipment that you all have. Can you tell me a little bit more about the technology that you use here at the fire station?
Yes, absolutely. So, we've come a long way since my father was a firefighter, and there's a whole lot more bells and whistles on our fire trucks and things of that nature. So, some of the things that we use now, we call them MDTs. They're computers in our trucks that gives us real-time live information coming from the dispatcher that dispatches us, and from the caller. So, say for instance, going back to that example I gave with your mother, you're selling a home, and your mom fell. She pushes the alarm. You call her, and she gives you information. You call 911 for her, and then as you're giving the dispatcher information,
you're getting that information.
We're getting it live time. Yes.
Wow.
And so now, whenever we pull up on scene, we know exactly what to do, how to do it, where whatever spare key may be, or where your mom's located, so we can reduce the amount of time that has been spent with her being injured or incapacitated, and then now we can
get
go
her
in
the
and
care that she needs quicker.
Absolutely.
That's
yes.
fantastic. That's fantastic. So one of the other questions that I had for you, and this one's kind of a little exciting, because I know that being a fire chief, you've seen a lot in your day. What kind of calls have you been on? Have there been any major fires or anything big that's happened in the community that you want to share?
Absolutely. So, with our growing community, our call volume has increased tremendously. So when you and I grew up, the Awendaw and the McClellanville area was nice and quiet and quaint, But now, today, as Charleston County, or the Low Country area grows, folks are overflowing here in our bedroom community.
Realtor.
Yes, and so that's right.
That's right. Fine homes.
Yes. So we have an increased amount of fires and an increased amount of traffic accidents and medical calls. On top of our long-term residents who are much older, now, and so we see an increase. In addition to that, we are a community located between 2 major cities, which is the city of Charleston, and also Myrtle Beach. So the traffic has increased tremendously on Highway 17. You know, just 2 weeks ago, we had 5 fires in 5 days.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you know,
that was a busy week.
That was a busy week for us. Absolutely. You know, those other guys down the street, further down the street, they see that kind of action all the time, but not us.
Right.
But I'm glad to say that our staff did a wonderful job, you know, on handling those situations. And one in particular, we had a house fire in McClellanville. The house is over 100 years old, and they did a really good job stopping the fire.
Wow.
And so, you
protecting that property and that value for that homeowner.
Yes. So with that being said, you know, we've increased our staffing, and we're still increasing staffing. You know, as we continue to grow, we encourage, you know, we encourage Charleston County to increase our staffing and our funding. You know, and so we've increased our training. You know, so now we have more advanced training, more enhanced training for our staff because of the amount of calls that we see on a regular basis. When I first started 2.5 years ago, I remember our folks would maybe run 2 calls a day. And now my folks run a minimum of 10 calls a day. You know, and so, you know, that shows that there's a lot of growth and development in the
more
area.
Activity.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's going to continue to grow.
It is.
It's going to continue to grow. Such a beautiful area here as well. Well, thank you, Shaun, for being here. Is there anything else that you want to talk to our clients and friends about?
Absolutely. I would like to say that if you have any questions or any concerns, or you want to know more about your local fire department, you know, please stop by our headquarters station, which is located at 1131 Garensbridge Road. Our telephone number is 843-856-1617. We're always here. You can come and do a tour. You can sit down and have coffee with me or any one of my staff members and ask any types of questions that you want. You can even ask us to come out and do home visits, you know, and yes. And with our community risk reduction program, we do smoke alarm installs.
Oh, good.
Yes, so we do have a smoke alarm.
Every home should have a smoke detector.
Every smoke alarm you should have several smoke alarms should be installed in your home.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, we have different programs that we want to make sure that our community is aware of. We have CPR classes that we teach. We have programs like Stop the Bleed. And so we want to be able to educate our folks as best as possible. Our whole goal is to reduce the amount of incidents on a daily basis. You know, and so, and I will tell you this, our fire department is one of a few fire departments here in the state of South Carolina that are considered a fire safe community. We've been awarded 6 fire safe community awards 6 years in a row.
This is the place to be.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so we are in the, you know, through the State Fire Marshal's office and also Vision 2020, a community risk reduction program. We have been we've been diligent on making sure that our community is safe and our people are well educated to continue to make sure the community is safe.
Absolutely.
So I want everyone to know that they live in a safe community, a safe environment. Yes.
Well, I thank you so much for all of this information. You are just giving me so much more to think about and lots for our viewers to dig into and learn. And hopefully they'll take advantage of your offer to come by and visit the firehouse here.
Yes.
I've had an amazing day so far. Again, this has been so much fun and so much information you shared today. Again, so appreciate you. Guys, this has been a wonderful visit with Shaun Gadsden, our fire chief here in Awendaw McClellanville. I want to thank you all for watching and hope to see you at the next video.